Alright, what's up? It's been a while. So I'm back with this guy over here.
Back from the dead.
And we just watched the movie.
Yes. Smokin Aces.
You watched Smokin Aces. 2006?
2006. Basically a movie I saw probably
Movie starring about 100 people you've seen before.
many celebrities and many celebrities that weren't celebrities at the time that became celebrities.
Even Wayne Newton was in this movie.
Wayne Newton, my man. Mr. Las Vegas, by the way. But when Slasher said he wanted to do this review, I had seen the movie, but I didn't remember anything about it.
Completely forgot everything.
I completely forgot everything about it.
It happens.
You know, it wasn't a movie.
It happens.
You know, there's some movies that you watch where every single time it's on TV, you put it on and you watch it over and over again. This wasn't that kind of movie for me originally. Maybe something changed or whatever. It was a great movie. Don't get me wrong.
It's been a while since I've seen this, but I've seen it more than once. This is probably about me to.
And I bet the first time you saw it,
it's probably like the fourth or fifth time. No, it's got to be more than this. Like they used to after this movie, you know how after the movie would be out in the theater, within a year it'd be run into the ground on cable, left and right.
Right.
This is how I ended up seeing the movie. I didn't see this in the theater.
But one thing about this movie is that as much star power as it has, when you first watched the movie, when we first watched it, I bet we didn't realize how much star power it actually did have.
Because some of the people in this movie became bigger after
huge.
the movie was out.
Chris
way
Pine,
after
he
it
was
out.
nobody.
Yeah. There are some people who probably see Chris Pine in this movie like, oh shit, that was Chris Pine?
Could you believe it? Actually, I bet you that if somebody watches this movie now that never seen it before, didn't know who was in it, they wouldn't recognize Chris Pine right away either. I mean, he was a totally different kind of character in this movie.
But who else we got in this movie?
Well, you have you have Ben Affleck, of course.
Yeah.
Right around the time.
Not a main character, by the way.
Right, not a main character at all. I was thinking maybe because they didn't want to pay him that much. But you had Jeremy Piven, who was doing Entourage at the time.
He was pretty much the main character since.
Well, he was the main character, right?
I mean, the whole movie is based around. All right, the whole movie is based around what? It's based around a bunch of people coming to kill an FBI informant who is a Las Vegas magician.
Correct. Right. He has a residency in almost like the Incredible Bart Wonderstone, if anyone ever saw that. Or who's a big magician out there in Vegas?
Just
like David Copperfield, I guess. David
Even,
Copperfield.
even singers go.
Right.
Go to Vegas and get.
But yeah, he's a magician and he's ratting out the FBI because he used to work with them, almost like you said, Frank Sinatra kind of thing, where he would, Frank Sinatra would work with a lot of people of organized crime.
I'm sure a lot of.
A lot of people have probably, yeah. But going back to the star power, you had Ryan Reynolds, who I have a bias with Ryan Reynolds because he always plays Ryan Reynolds type characters.
But did he in this movie?
He did not in this movie.
No, he didn't.
He was okay in this movie. He actually acted very well for this movie. Like if I didn't know who Ryan Reynolds was and I saw this for the first time, I was like, wow, this guy does a good job as an FBI agent. But I still have it in my head, that he was like Ryan Reynolds. We talk about actors.
I mean, this was post Van Wilder and post.
Right, post Van Wilder, which makes
and post Waiting, because Waiting.
Exactly, and those are the two movies that that are planted in my mind every time I see a Ryan Reynolds movie.
Okay.
Like I think about him and that's why people love the Deadpool movie because he plays like a Ryan Reynolds type character, like the goofy, joking.
But he wasn't in this, man. He wasn't doing that in this.
And he wasn't doing that in this, correct.
So.
Andy Garcia was in it as well, who played basically what Andy Garcia plays.
Oh yeah.
That.
Oh yeah.
That's his thing.
Yes. Andy Garcia is good at being Andy Garcia.
Yes. You had a bunch of other people.
All right, you had two musical acts in this movie.
Yes.
You had Alicia Keys.
Yes.
And you had Common.
And you had Common. And Alicia Keys looks great, does a great job. And you also had who before what was her name?
Oh, before she's famous.
Before she was famous from Empire.
Taraji
Henson. B. Henson, yes. They have it with no makeup at all, like really just pale and like
Joel Edgerton, who kind of disappeared. Where did he go?
Who knows where he went? He might be in that same disguise that he wore in the movie. He might be in disguise.
Well, no, he was the guy who got killed, and then that guy who did the disguises made a mask of Joel Edgerton.
Right.
Anyway,
it's a whole thing. We're not going to get into the spoilers
here
because you guys actually have to watch it. We're not going to explain the movie. We're just going to give a review on it because this is the kind of movie that you kind of have to pay attention to.
But there's a bunch of assassins coming.
A ton of assassins
to collect his heart. There was a specific order to kill Buddy Israel, played by Jeremy Piven.
Yes, so for the most part, he had all these assassins coming to kill him at the same time.
Jeremy Piven playing a raging cokehead in this movie.
Correct.
You see
worse
the
than
rocks.
Tony Montana.
You see the rocks in his nose.
He was flying high in a penthouse full of prostitutes, women of the night.
Calling them, like ordering them like their pizza. Like, it's like get them out of here, bring in a fresh crop. Like whatever he says, like these flowers have wilted. It's like,
yeah, like he had it made, and then it all came crumbling down because he got busted by the FBI, and the movie's about the FBI coming to bring him in as a witness for them in witness protection, but at the same time, all of the hit people were going after him also.
The specific order is to collect his heart.
Collect his heart by the hitmen. FBI are trying to get him out of there. But
for the hitmen, the specific order.
If you guys remember, almost like a True Romance kind of thing. Everyone coming for someone at the same time, kind of deal. But what I did like about the movie was, of course, the story was great. Always entertaining when you get a story like that. You can't go wrong with that. But what I like,
a bunch of hitmen coming to not just basically kill him, but pretty much put each other in their friggin' crosshairs and try and kill each other.
Yes. And when I asked you who directed it, and you looked up other movies, the same director who did Boss Level, which also was about a bunch of hitmen coming after the guy.
You think this guy has a specific thing he likes to...
Well, I don't know about that, but he does a great job with it, though, with the action. And that's what I liked about this movie.
Because he also... Alright, the guy who did this movie, I forget what his name is, but he also did this movie, Blood, Guts, Bullets and Octane.
Yeah, I have a problem with movies that have long-ass names like that.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you know. But what I liked about this movie, going back to the whole thing with about Boss Level and everything, the action starts pretty much from the beginning. There's little dialogue in the beginning.
There's really no slow-moving parts in this movie.
There's really no slow-moving parts in it. It starts off with...
This movie's kind of like...
them just going... They're kind of
like... repeatedly smashing you in the face with boom, boom, story, with everything going on in this movie.
And you have all different kinds of hitmen. You have your sophisticated ones. You got your...
we get our little parts where we get their descriptions.
The Willow Brothers, what were they?
The Tremor Brothers.
The Tremor Brothers.
But they're giving everyone's little descriptions, their parts, like what they have to do in the story.
Yes, correct.
We got bail bondsmen coming in, and they don't last very long.
We forgot about the biggest star.
R.I.P. Ben Affleck.
From Revenge of the Nerds.
We got a booger alert in this movie.
We got Booger in the movie.
Booger is in this movie.
In a serious role.
Is this the only movie where we get both Booger and Wayne Newton in it?
I would have to say so. Get out! Is this the only movie we have Booger and Wayne Newton?
That's kind of a dream matchup right there.
Oh God, that is such a stupid question.
That's a dream matchup in my eyes.
God, Booger and Wayne Newton.
But whatever. Anyway, we also got Jason Bateman. Herpes face.
I like Jason Bateman. I don't like him in other words, this role he played okay, fine. I guess he played it well. But
he played it well.
But this was
he legit got herpes on his face. You think he legit? That was nasty. Oh, Jason Bateman looked nasty in this fucking movie.
Yeah, I heard in order for him to prepare for this movie, they put him with a bunch of women with herpes, and that's how he acquired it.
Okay, but
to make it look real.
So we got a bunch of assassins that are coming in, and they all have their little different backstories.
Yes.
Like the guy who used to torture people and he chewed off his fingers.
Fingerprints, so they wouldn't That's a bold move,
We
by
get
the way.
Taraji and Alicia Keys.
Like basic hitmen
As-
with snipers and
Who figure that since
he
Buddy
likes
Israel
women,
likes hookers,
they
they
would
could
go in as a hooker.
they could infiltrate as hookers, or just one of them could infiltrate as a hooker, and the other one could do a sniping job.
Yes, correct. With a 50 caliber gun, which is usually on like helicopters.
Or we got a disguise guy.
Like
We had a guy who could make perfectly molded masks of someone's exact facial features.
100%. He molded it. He killed them, and then he put the mold, and then he put it on his face, and he did a great job with it too. There's so much star power in this movie. We don't even realize some of the stars that we're seeing on the TV because we didn't even research and look at the names. But there are a lot of people, like the guy from the Blob guy who played an X-Men.
Oh yeah, that guy.
That guy. There's just a lot of
Sheamus. He looks like fake Sheamus from wrestling.
Yeah, those are the crazy ones.
All right, yeah. That crew. That crew is like the Dreadnoks from G.I. Joe. They're the three idiots.
They also remind me a little bit of remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? You had
Bebop and Rocksteady.
Right. Just a crazy, out of this world kind of hit.
Well, Chris Pine is their leader. Well, they're supposedly brothers, right? But
yes.
He's their leader.
Right.
He's the only one who's. I don't even know if the other two said anything. He's the only one who's talking, from what I remember.
Actually, you're probably right.
I think the other two are just grunting and like screaming at each other.
Yeah.
They're beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, they're that kind of, you're right. Right, they're that kind of unstable hitman that are just crazy, chainsaw wielding, hitmen.
Literally have chainsaws and shit like that.
But you can't go wrong when you have like 10 different hit squads coming after you and the FBI, and he's holed up in his penthouse, having a time of his life up there.
Someone jizzed all over his coat.
That's a big part of the story too, by the way. It was a $12,000 coat, though.
If anyone remembers Joel Edgerton, what happened to this guy? This guy, he was in a lot of movies a while ago, and he just kind of disappeared. But this was like the first movie that this is like the oldest movie I can remember this guy in. He plays that, what was his name? I can't even remember his name.
Oh, I can't remember his name either, actually.
He's playing the big dumb bodyguard.
I can't remember.
Disguise guy kills him and makes a perfect mask.
Yeah.
He makes the perfect molded mask in the room he just killed him. It was actually, I thought it was pretty cool.
Oh, it was excellent. What he did there. But no, I like that. And anytime you get and at the same time, what's funny is that they all came together almost at the same time.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like they were all like different times. They were all headed up there at the same time.
No. Yeah, it's like they were all put on the same schedule.
Because once the bounty came in, they all started getting their shit in order. They started planning their attack, and they had to get to the penthouse where they already had people guarding outside. But it was very interesting though to see that he was a magician.
Oh, and Ray Liotta. Did we mention Ray Liotta?
We did not mention. How could we not have mentioned Ray Liotta?
Sorry, I don't know.
And the gentleman from Sopranos, that was with Janice,
from
which I can't remember his
name.
name.
But come on, Ray Liotta.
But Ray Liotta, yes.
Ray Liotta. Ray Liotta is Ryan Reynolds', I guess, FBI mentor, right? You could say he's his mentor.
Right.
Kind of, it's like a Busey, Keanu Reeves type relationship, like Point Break.
Oh yes.
And
he Busey'd it up.
And Ray Liotta doesn't make it out. Like in many movies, Ray Liotta. Well, actually, Ray Liotta is usually a survivor in movies now. Not Copland though, but.
Well, it depends, and not Goodfellas. Oh, actually,
no, he survived.
He did survive. Yeah, Henry Hill, right? He did survive in that one. Yeah. No, he does a good job. They all pretty much do a good job. One thing about the movie, though, just to sum it up as far as the what I liked about it, the entertainment part of it was the story was good. The actors were just unbelievable. It's actually probably better if you watch it now than if you had watched it when it first came out, because you'd be able to recognize everyone who's in it. It's one of those movies where every time you see somebody, you're like, oh, I know this guy from somewhere. And then when you look it up, you see where he's from. which is really cool because we're probably not even mentioning some of the actors that are in it. Some of them we probably don't even realize.
Yeah, that's true.
But there are a lot. There are a lot in there.
Actually, I'm trying to think about it. No, I think we mentioned everybody.
No, but there was some people.
Come on, we even mentioned Booger, dude.
No, but even the gentleman that was who did the molded faces, he's somebody, but we just don't realize who he was.
The disguise guy.
Yeah, the disguise guy. Yeah, there's other people in there.
I'm trying to figure out. I kept trying to figure out.
I mean, don't know who they
I
are.
can look it up right now.
Doesn't matter. He's not on the top of the list. But one of the questions that I had to you, before we get to the budget and the box office, is that my theory is with these movies, because you have a lot of these kind of movies that are usually done by like I forgot the name of the guy who does like shows like Valentine's Day where they always put a bunch of actors in
movies like Valentine's Day.
Movies
not
like
shows like that.
Movies like Valentine's Day, right? You know, where they have a bunch of actors in it, and like Julia Roberts.
Oh, you're talking about Gary Marshall.
Gary Marshall, exactly who I'm talking about. Gary Marshall. He always makes movies where you put a bunch of actors, like Bradley Cooper, all these people in it, but they can't possibly get paid what they normally would get paid for a movie.
Well, it's probably also like a show up to do your scene to get paid type deal when it comes to stuff like that.
Right.
Maybe.
No, you're
I don't know.
Because even Ben Affleck.
I don't have the ins and outs of Hollywood, so I don't know.
Right. But still, there's no way they're getting paid what they normally would get paid for a movie like this. It's like almost their honor to work with other stars in this kind of movie. Because when Frank Marshall did one of those movies, I forgot what it was. Gary Marshall.
Yeah, he did like Valentine's Day. He did all those sorts of movies.
And some other movie which I can't remember. It had Julie Roberts in it. She was at the $20 million point where she was making $20 million a movie.
Okay,
there's no way she's gonna make that for this movie.
There's no way Ben Affleck made $20 million for.
Exactly my
Smokin
point.
Aces.
Exactly my point. So, when we guess the budget box office, when you think about a movie like this that has so many actors in it, you think the budget would be high. But I don't know. I'm gonna go conservative.
Alright, so you want me to check it now?
Yeah, but let's guess first. So, I'm gonna say that the budget for this movie.
Also, $2006.
$2006. I'm gonna say the budget. I'm gonna say the budget was. Is 60 million.
60?
Yes. Because I don't think the actors got paid all that. Well, you say because of all the.
You're gonna say 60. I was gonna go.
You think higher?
I was gonna go way lower than that.
Oh really?
I was gonna go way lower than that.
To make that movie?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with 60 million.
I'll say 25.
That's impossible.
I'll say 25.
That means all those A-list actors were getting only hundreds of thousands then. No one was getting $1 million even. It's possible.
I'll say 25.
You could be right, because it was mostly filmed up right in that penthouse scene. You know what?
Alright, so you say...
I'll stick with 60. I'll stick with
60, 25. Alright, now what's the box office?
And I'm going to say the box office...
Say this is a flop or a hit? Because I don't even know if this was a flop or a hit.
I would think it was a flop. And the reason why I'm saying that...
I'll say this was a hit.
...is because... it didn't get as much, like in other words, you hear about movies that do great, like this weekend, Halloween Kills. For some reason, that movie's gonna make like.
Alright, but what do you say?
I'm gonna say for the budget, I'm for the box office. I'm gonna say it made, and this is up until this day, by the way, domestic and foreign. I'm gonna say it made in the movie theater $125 million.
So then you say if the thing was if it cost 60 million,
it's still a flop.
125 million is more.
Yeah, I know, but you know.
Okay, so let's see now. Wait, I'll say the box office was. Alright, I said the budget was 25 million.
25 million only.
I'll say it made. I'll say 35.
You think the movie made $35 million only?
I'll say 35.
$35 million.
Budget 17 million.
Oh Jesus.
Box office 57.3.
Oh wow. Unbelievable. 17 million to make that movie? That's a bargain.
What did I say? I said 25.
Yeah. And I thought that was lowballing it.
17 million? Wow.
Wow. And it made 50?
57.3.
Okay, but my
Okay,
point is with this though, if you want to go call it a success, look at all the star power. It's not really a success with all that star power in it, kinda. I mean, 50 million only, and that's all ticket sales for all as long as it was in the movie theater. Obviously, not including rentals and stuff. But wow, $17 million only. That means they paid the actors nothing. Obviously.
Notice, like, all right. That's probably why it was so fast-paced, because we had quick scene, quick scene, quick scene, quick scene. It's not like you were going to catch every single one of these actors on screen with each other at the same time.
Right, and you hardly did, actually. You really did.
Ben Affleck lasted, what, the first 20 minutes? Not even?
Yeah, and he was probably only in the movie for about 5 minutes total, or maybe 10 minutes, like as far as screen time.
So, you could work your way around it. You could work.
I guess if they only had
for
10 minutes screen time, they probably could only. Yeah, right. I guess you're right. Yeah.
But so, all right, we're not gonna go into total
Wow, I was
spoiler.
off on that one.
I'm not gonna.
I thought that would have made
total
a
spoiler.
lot more money than it did.
But so
I would have thought it made a lot more money than it did. I mean, all that kind. Sometimes what that goes to show you? You could pull all the stars that people like in a freaking movie, and it's still not going to be a big draw. It just has to be a good story. And
it made $57 million on a $17 million budget.
But with all that star power, you would think it would make over $100 million.
But still, it made $57 million on a $17 million budget.
And you're looking at domestic probably only too. But whatever.
I went to the Wikipedia thing because the IMDb thing was being weird. So anyway,
57 million seems very low for that movie.
Anyway, Smokin Aces. What would you give this?
I have 4 out of 5 stars. Or you want to do? I would give it a thumbs up. Definitely, a definitely must watch.
Would you watch it again?
Well, that's the thing. I would probably
Do you say this has rewatchability?
See, I don't think it does. I was talking to you about
Even
this.
for the action? Even for the action?
It has rewatchability if you have friends around. Like, in other words, if I'm by myself.
You're saying this is a put on a movie if you have a bunch of people?
Right, we never saw it before, that kind of rewatchability. It's not like Usual Suspects. I talked to you about this. Usual Suspects I probably wouldn't watch again because I know what happens. This is the kind of movie, by the way, folks, that has like a little twist going on, which you're going to find out about when you watch it, if you do watch it.
No spoilers for this 2006 movie.
Yeah, I know, it's too soon. But in case people do want to watch it,
what would you say? You'd say thumbs up?
I would say thumbs up, of course. How could you not?
I say thumbs up.
I'm definitely.
You know I like this movie, so I say thumbs up.
And there's a lot of action, a lot of gore, a lot of blood and guts kind of stuff, and the way they do the killings. That one guy who has that thing that shoots out of his arm, things like that. No, it's very creative. I like it, and it is fast paced though. It is a fast-paced movie. Even with the story, you have to listen to it carefully.
Yeah.
You can't just walk away and skip some of it because you'll miss something.
Yeah, Mike walked out of the room and I was like, no, you gotta come back and
right.
see what he's saying.
Yeah, no, but I would definitely give it a thumbs up. I would give it.
I give it a thumbs up.
I would give it probably.
Smokin Aces 2006.
I would give it a 3.5 stars out of 5, and yes. Yeah, it's a good movie, and the actors did a good job. Look, all the actors did a great. The acting wasn't the problem.
Oh yeah, the acting.
Acting was great.
The acting was really good.
But the main, like you said, the main star was Jeremy Piven. He played a good.
Good cokehead.
A junkie. He was flying, going nuts in that movie.
But yeah, I guess you give it a thumbs up. So I love this movie.
2 thumbs up from us.
Anywho.
Yes, and I love shitting on movies, but I can't shit on this one. But I love shitting on movies when I don't like them. I love shitting on movies that everybody loves, that I feel sucks.
Who even talks about this movie though?
No one
talks about it.
You never hear about
It's kind of
Smokin'
one of
Aces.
those forgotten ones,
Yeah.
It's like, not that long ago, but it's forgotten already.
Right. Yeah. It's like
And they made a part 2. I don't know if I want to fucking even bother. I don't think I could bring myself. I bet you
Well,
that part
do
two
you
is
think
gonna
in
be
part
garbage.
2 they're gonna have any of the same
I don't
actors
know.
as the
I
first
highly
one?
doubt it.
I highly doubt it
highly
too.
doubt it.
In fact, I feel Smokin' Aces 2 was a straight to DVD
It
movie.
has just hearing Smokin' Aces 2 reeks of straight to DVD. Just hearing it, just
Yeah, no, so yeah, Smokin' Aces 2.
maybe if we want to torture ourselves one day.
Right. There's no way they could compare. I mean, what would they do? They would have to, unless the character actually, could we never find out what happens with Common and
Or Ryan
Keys?
Reynolds, we never find out what happens with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, a lot of characters. we
Because
don't
Ryan
find out.
Reynolds makes a very important decision
Yes.
at the end of this movie.
Yes.
Like, I'm going to make a very important decision right now. I'm gonna say,
Sayonara.
have a good one, folks.
Good fight. Good night.
I'll be back again later. Mike, chilling again. Thanks, Mike.
Absolutely.
Peace out.